situation with their roster, but for Fnatic, like, yeah, they had a rocky 2020, starting strong and finishing not so much, but with a new player still getting things done. But enough with those Swedes. We've got some other Swedes in the server and in the cast as well. It's Dignitas taking on OG and starting on Inferno.
This is like the most raw example of a rematch you can get. Like, same team, same maps, and the only thing that's changed is the circumstances for them both. OG and Dignitas pistol round underway. And
it's even better that it's two close maps that we saw last time as well.
Yeah,
so, you know,
exactly.
The 16-14s.
Hopefully it really settles the score, right? And hopefully we see someone emerge as like the dominant team. And ooh, it would be cool if it's, you know.
You can make the argument because they OG beat us as well at Flashpoint, and then obviously OG beat us a few days ago as well. But if you look at Flashpoint results versus the BTS result, we're getting closer. Ooh. So you can make the argument here, you know, maybe this is the series we take off of them.
Pushing it over the line. 4 in mid for Dig. Like, this is confidence right now. Friberg has his smoke at B. He is not using it. He is holding off passive. There were 3 walking up banana. The bomb wasn't spotted. 1 player was. I wondered if OG would try and fake things out by dropping apps and then ending B. Would have done a good job at keeping these 4 players here. And Dig, this is ballsy to have so little info and still be stacking 4 up in mid at 30 seconds. They're just hoping that Friberg can at least put up a fight or OG walk into this choke point. But here they come. OG running amok right into B.
He doesn't waste the smoke, obviously, with a very defensive angle. They would have just run past it anyway. I was going to say it's important for Adam to stay alive here. Ends up going down, though. But yeah, you're right. It was a very risky kind of pistol from Dignitas vibe. Opting to just stay mid, even though there's 20 seconds left. OG hits the bomb site, 4-on-3 situation now. No nades left though, but this is a very, very difficult retake for Dignitas vibe. First pistol round on the board for OG.
Yeah, I feel like it can't be understated. I've said it so many times this event, but NBK's pistols have been unbelievably good in Summit so far. In every game they've played, his 5.7, his Deagle, his USP, and now his Glock, finding 3 in the ruins. So more of that for OG as they take a pistol. And yeah, you know, pistols, whatever, they're pretty 50-50 anyway. They're pretty RNG at times. So I like the idea of putting all your eggs in one basket and kind of just hoping for the best. Back to the
I think if Friberg stays alive there as well, you know, you get through ruins control and you have maybe an easier time to retake. But as soon as he goes down there, we're not getting a kill on valde. Then it's just a very impossible kind of retake, especially with no nades. Also, does get the tag. He gets tagged back to 37 HP. It's a full buy for Dignitas Vi here as well. Scout on CeRq, some pistols, armor across the board, and just 1 SMG on the side of OG. MBK has that Mac 10. Still very slow and steady here from OG. First pistol round, down to the wire. 20 seconds left on the clock when they hit the bomb site. They've shaved away about 50 seconds so far here now. I think that's why he has opted for that bit of a B stack with 3 members there, but with Halstead going down in mid, forces Friberg to kind of rotate back to A. That's looking like where OG wants to turn the round on.
Yeah, just so much damage done. Maybe these pistols can capitalize. Taking their sweet time though. 30 seconds. Look at this pre-rotate. Dig have read it well. They've moved everyone over. All 4 players towards A as OG line up. There's no time to turn around here. They're looking committed. Molly coming down on the long corner. They've got to wait it out. It's going to cut their time even slower. The bomb has to go short as to not be lost. Issa, the only man with health, losing more. Valde's got to really do some heavy lifting as he drops the bomb with 10 seconds. This has no margin for error and it's falling apart at the seams. Nice kill from MBK across the balcony, and Harry can't stop the plant, but he can win the 1v2. Oh, trapped on the box, jumping up, and Issa will win the fight. It's OG by the skin of their teeth taking that second round. It's not comfortable, but it is a second.
I mean, that's still very impressive from OG. They do a really bad round that I feel like, you know, especially with the timing as well. They hit the A bomb site with such low timing left. It's not even a read from Dignitas. They literally just gambled the bomb site, but having 4 members there, 5 seconds left, close round from Howdy there to kind of finish it off, but still a round win for OG, even though it just came down to the wire. So it's still going to be a scrappy buy here, but as we see from Dignitas fight, it's going to be a full save. Oh, they're saying off. Yeah, that's
not
what I'm saying
live.
here.
Yeah. You can always,
Someone
always
crashed?
tell.
Oh, we did. We have a number. It's CeRq that crashed by the looks of it.
At least no damage done, nothing to worry about. Just reset the round or wait for him to reconnect. But full eco here for Dig, so it should be a nice 3-0 start for OG.
Oh yeah, so Robin, I was curious how you know, with like the Dignitas CS team, obviously you as a ex-CS professional player as well, how involved are you? Because you said earlier how, like, you know, you do like occasionally make comments, but you normally, like, you know, just leave it all to Halvor as much as you can. What is the involvement like for you? Because obviously you must love these guys, right? You must love the fact that you've got this this team of, you know, compromised of the old legends, right, with some new talent in it.
Yeah, I mean, I think the problem that I had all of last year was the hours, right? I think I was prepared to do them, you know, starting on the 1 a.m. call times, being on the West Coast in the US. Yeah. But I think because of work kind of kept picking up at the same time, I found myself, you know, just being, you know, live or online even during regular US work hours. So it was very difficult. So same thing here. Like, I try to keep my kind of work hours, but because of the way that Europe practices, they tend to be done by the time that I wake up.
Right.
So that's why when I talk about my involvement and stuff like that, I do try and, you know, take 1 or 2 days a week and try and be with the guys if I can. But obviously during tournaments and stuff like that as well, I try and be around.
Oh, yeah. Oh, dude, honestly, I think it's sick, man. I love so many of the people involved in this Dignitas project, and like, it is. I was having a look on Reddit, and I saw some people saying how, like, you know, when Dignitas came to this event and got the invite, they weren't really sure like what they were gonna do, and then there was just like this big rally in all the comments, man, like around Dig and around the memories you associate with some of these guys, and how, like, you know, how even though in some people's eyes maybe this wasn't like the obvious team to bring along, they've really shown up and they're holding a lot of promise, right? Like, you can tell that they've been putting in a lot of effort. I think some of the reads they've had on the teams that they've faced has been really good. You know, like when you're kind of confidently calling into a guy like Aleksib, right? That's quite like a testament to a guy like Freiburg, and I imagine Halvor's been helping him out a lot with that. I think we need to get Halvor on at some point. I think
he was here yesterday.
Was he?
Did he come on? Have the cam on, so he was just here on voice when we made it. But he was here on the first map with Freiburg.
Oh, nice, man. Yeah, we'll get them to one, right? They've done talent work before, so they know what they're doing in that sense, like, really well.
But I think that, so to your point as well, I think there was a bit of a surprise, obviously, seeing the teams that was invited to the event, and then you kind of see, I guess the underliers were MIBR and also us, not in the top 20. But it's nice, right? I think that for me as well, it's always been the fact that, like, I do think that we've always been competitive. It's just getting the chance to play against these top teams.
Right.
I think these smaller, like the lesser opponents, or I guess less known teams, they're all, if you compare this to 5 years ago, everyone is much more competitive now in terms of just overall approach and being able to use nade setups and stuff like that. I think there's much more tools that teams can use as well to just get better. And we kind of see that. So that's why, like, obviously there could be said that they're upsets, but in reality, you can make the argument that, you know, maybe they're less upsets more so now this year than they were, for example, a few years ago, considering we're also in the online stage.
Yeah, I was going to say, right, and that's kind of amplified by the fact that everything is online. You know, that's something that was really noticed, is that so many teams would, like, rise to #1 in the world, and then a week later, like, that's it, they're gone from #1. You know, like, it wasn't, nothing was holding, nothing was consistent, and I think that's still kind of the vibe that we've got. This is a nice eco here from Dignitas, right? They've been able to do a lot of damage, and this was just with USPs, so you'll take this all day long. How on earth is Halvor getting away with a double and an AK? You'll never know, but they have an OG, you know, while they get the bomb down, while they're onto a third, they're going to be reeling in this economic damage, having to reinvest on 3.
Yeah, that's what I was going to say. Considering that you're 3-0 down, I mean, this is really best case for Dignitas, right? They were one man alive on pistol round, 1 man alive second round, and now only keeping 2 guys alive here. So sure, they still have one, you know, economical advantage, but there's been a lot of damage here. Going for a bit of a hunt. Not going to find him though on time. We're going to be seeing the first weapon round now. It's just the Aleksib keeping the Mac 10. pretty common. We tend to see that now then with a bit of a fast push somewhere for some initial map control. So we want to pay attention to the spawn that he has.
I like how patient Dig were in apps there. They sat in bedroom and stairs for about 30 seconds waiting for OG to give something away, to make some noise. And then when NBK throws alongside smoke, they all pop out and peek him off the back of the noise and able to kill a few players with those USPs. So let's see if that economical damage can be capitalized on. Aleksib is running up top mid right now through his own smoke. He looks away though, I assume from a flash, and it catches him. Halzerg with a kill. Lots of deaths on both sides. The bomb goes tumbling down to shore. NBK is a massive kill coming out of the apartments, trading and getting control of the bomb once again, but the smoke spam from Heap will drop the package once more, and NBK in a 1v2 to save the day here. Can he do it?
Oh my god, full-blown chaos. I think Dignitas starts 4 there as well on a bomb site, which probably helps them keep that round in check. As I pointed out, it's probably going to be a pretty fast round there. Aleksib kept the Mag 10. It's a fast play onto mid. Here we see a bit of a brawl. It's NBK here to get an opportunity. Kills Forrester in the flank. First round on the board, only keeping 2 alive though, so money is not the best, but this is a very important round for both of these two teams now. We see the money on the OG side. Mag 10s and some pistols.
Ooh. We've got an AWP on Halzerg, and we have Forest pushing bottom mid as well. So I like this move. It's dangerous, right? He knows that at any point, if he looks left, they can see his barrel from the bottom of mid, so he doesn't want to die to that. Oh, that's a great shot. NBK's Deagle, once again, doing it all. Forest is on the flank, though. He might have 2 kills here, potentially, if he holds his trigger. This is up in apps, though, and Forest sees nothing. Harry calls it, no one's on the choke. Yeah, that is a risk, isn't it? But not for long. Halzerg's moving back as OG takes some control.
They're able to flush out Forest, and now things get a little bit scary here for Dig. They have to rotate a player back round towards that B site. That's going to be Halzerg with the AWP. The other 2 kept over here at A, but that bomb is over here at the banana, looking to get stuck in this B bomb site. Utility going to reign over. Issa rejoining late in the round. Halzerg, he's going to have his work cut out for him. Yeah. Really needs like, you know, just like 1 and then to fall back and wait for the retake at least. And with that kill, he's dropped the bombs. The rotations are coming in now. Halzerg's done what he needed to do. Can he get away with anything else? That re-smoke coming in over at the coffins is going to cut him out of this site. And that means Dig are going to have to poise themselves for the 3v3 retake.
Does some good damage through the smoke, though. That's something. It goes both ways. Harry eats some bullets. He's actually going to swap the AWP. Playing bomb down
in the hands of Heap here. Just a 1 flashbang left. Have an HE. Flashbang's out now, though. So setups are good from OG. Just having not a lot of nades here from Dignitas Vi to retake. Oh my god, but never say never. Heap's left, though. Oh man, 1 versus 3. Puts it down to a 1 versus 1. Valde ends up getting him at the end. Very risky round from Dignitas, I'd say, rushing down mid the way that they did. Obviously, it's Force doing that with the SMG, and you could argue that maybe it's a gamble that might have paid off. With NBK's initial nice 1D there onto Freiburg.
Yeah, I feel like that support out mid came late, right? If Freiburg can post up early, or even if you have the AWP there, which is normal to post and watch ult, you know, Forest watching your bottom mid, maybe that goes better for Dig. Maybe Freiburg doesn't fall early to the Deagle and Forest can get a lot more done, but he kind of gets hamstrung by his teammate falling. He has to flank under and only gets a single kill. AWP saved. Actually, no, not. Sorry, Valde did pick it up, but he doesn't have it anymore. Harry does.
I can't remember how how Inferno started last time. I'm sure that Dignitas Vi started CT side as well, but I can't remember the actual scoreline. But being 4-1 down here, obviously another eco round. Halzerg with an AWP, but it's a very good start from OG on their T side. Another A stack here. It might just be a fake, and they might actually be running into another stack, and we'll see if there's more success to this one. This happened again on the second weapon round, or the second round of the half, I guess.
Last
They've
time
been running down the clock a lot, OG. There's just been some really close rounds in terms of time. They make the right read here, though.
That's a great call. I just looked. Last time they played, last game was 8-7 halves in favor of OG's T side on this map. Obviously 8 across both halves, 7 for Dig. They take the 16-14 win then. So already things are off to a similar start, maybe even better, arguably, with the way that the money is. And it looked like that could have been OG's undoing with losing so many players on their anti-ecos. But now the tables have turned. And Dig, they're just trying to defend this AWP, keep it alive. Huge investment into an eco round like this, so don't want to throw it in the wind.
Yeah, and also knew as well that NBK obviously were hunting for some cash there with the SMG. So them not going for anything, I think they were also thinking about not giving him any more kills.
Now
yeah, that's one of the positives, I guess, from Dig, the fact that OG is pretty low on money still. But it's still 5-1 up in favor of OG here on that T side on Inferno. Aleksib still saving that Mag 10, so very similar probably approach to what we saw in the first weapon round. Based on spawn. We haven't seen any banana takes yet, so see if this is the round that we're gonna see the first one.
Man, it's just sending us his camera feed. I always wonder, like, does that like him even more? I feel like he already probably has a problem with ping. Let's hope.
I know that
get in the way.
Yeah, I know that some people do it from their cell phones. For example, Forrest here has it through his cell phone, I think.
Yeah. Smart.
So shouldn't be taking it from the same, hopefully main line, but you never know. Yeah, was the timeout being called? I'm guessing it's from Dignitas Vi. You know, let's talk about this. They did win the first weapon round that they had, but then second one was a push down mid, ended up being in favor of OG. We have another AWP obviously on CeRq being saved, but we have a full set of utility this time around. So, and 3 members towards the B bomb side in the beginning. So looking to be the banana take for Dignitas Vi.
I like the peak for jaCkz. That was the one I was talking about earlier, but obviously you can't stay there forever, especially with no bottom mid molly. You can get repeaked from the ramp. And I mean, you do that in your pug, you're going to get swung from mid, but people at this level are often a little more cautious about running out into the mid open. Nice shot. Backing up as well. Aleksib's gone, and there's no trade here as OG. They often like popping out of apartments, but with no flash from Aleksib, it's got to come through the chimney. Forrest has the cross. jaCkz looking for a shot. The pit player, he finds it. Flash as well, just trying to buy time and get more kills. A third on this AWP, and why not one more? It's mantuu waiting. Drops maybe by accident there. Looks like he was trying to play the smoke. And with so many targets, none even giving him a fair fight, this should be so difficult. That flash is good. He's going to try and take Forrest down on the short side, but no one's giving him anything.
I like to see this. There's no reason to overpeak. He has to plant the bomb. He's down in pit, completely stuck as well. You see the crossfire, all 4 members from Dignitas here as well. Nice hold, nice round by CeRq as well. Gets the first on Aleksib, pushes back and falls back, and that's a really good hold that he kind of gets stuck on the bomb site there, and they're pushing out apps with that small pit smoke there as well. He doesn't really have a lot of backup. And having 4 members alive as well, it's a positive. So we might have a good series on our hands here. We see again the money from OG. We talked about it all half long. Hasn't been in good shape on neither team. So 3 SMGs here now again. Very important round to win.
Yeah, Triple B early won't be there forever. Freiburg is throwing his grenades, and so he's out. It's not like OG have been, executing fast out of spawn in most of these rounds. They've been using that clock, and so Dignitas aren't fearful of a fast B exec. NBK throwing util towards the apartments as well, keeping players here and taking some control. It still just looks like a flat-out B play. They're waiting for the util to run out on this site. And then go for a commitment. Already starting to line up smokes now.
And a change that we see here as well from Dig on this map is that friberg no longer plays B on CT side. It's Hada and Heap. So it's a bit of a change. It's been a bit of a struggle on this map a little bit. Guys haven't really figured out CT side, so made some changes. This is why the scoreline versus OG, you know, in our camp's way, it's a map that we haven't really been comfortable on. But here comes the execute. They're already on the bomb site. We can see if they hold it. Oh, Aleksib with a nice entry onto Heap. Hada goes down here as well. This should be a very quick save call here coming from Dig. And yes, it is. friberg runs away right off the bat.
Yeah, they did not look ready for the pace there. The MAC-10 jumping to the back of the site and, you know, forcing through the coffin smoke as well. That's just a desperate play when you've lost your teammate. So many eyes on you. OG know exactly where he's playing. And that's a great round. 5-on-3. No casualties. Keep all your money. Start to build. And it's a luxury that OG haven't really had yet in this map.
Yeah, and I think if he doesn't go down there from Aleksib, I think Hada stays alive too. I think as soon as you get him, where's the next spot you look at? Obviously, it's spools. It's a great execute from OG. Really taking their time out. I mean, it was looking to be like a fast round with the SMGs initially, but Dignitas holds off the initial push, falls back, and then we see just a flat-out full execute from OG. 3 guns saved though from Dig, so we'll see another buy. Yeah, this one right here. He does do the dink on 26 HP left, but just the fact that he goes down forces Hada to kind of go into a weird position as well. Just one SMG now for OG. They got some upgrades. Silencer on Aleksib.
Oh. Barrage up banana. Harry eats some nades. He's going to boost up Heap with the Org. I like that. Posted on the wall. The flash is good. He doesn't drop. Thinks he can hang around. It's still traded at least, but yeah, definitely could have escaped there. 4-on-4. We have the AWP still on jaCkz. Don't expect to see one from mantuu in this T side. Probably ever, unless he picks it up in a post plant. Unlikely.
Yeah, or as like a counter, for example. Let's say there's been a lot of rounds on the favor of Dignitas Vi here, and you just want to try and kill off the AWPer. You might see a T-side buy off. But it's on rare occasions. It's not really an AWP-friendly map, this one on T-side.
Yeah. mantuu often leans on the air of caution in that sense. jaCkz could find a pick with his. Or MBK backing up with the SMG, getting further and further, making it harder and harder, but he jumps through the gap into the B site.
That might actually force OG to fake here and just fall back, considering they did spot. Yeah, that's exactly what's going to happen. We'll see. It's going to be all in the hands of Forrest here. He should... I was hoping that he's going to take a little bit more of an aggressive peek, but he's going to have a bit of a fight here going on.
Oh, Forrest.
Oh, no.
Trying to hold on, but it's that wrap from Issa that's really throwing a spanner in the works here for Dignitas, right? Now down to this 2-on-2. Issa going to tuck himself into the graveyard, and that's a real shame that jaCkz gets caught trying to rotate in fast. Because now it's left Harry low HP from those nades of banana right in the beginning of the round. And friberg in the 2-on-2. Hidden in graveyard, it's Issa still waiting patiently. He's been able to uproot them in the back line once already. Can he do it again? Might have a double on his plate here if nobody checks for it, but he gets wrapped. It's good timing there for Harry as he does get traded by mantuu. And he's trying to get them off the bomb. Now he can see friberg. Oh, he's running out of bullets. Needed to land it, and he will. OG onto 7, and that's a bit of a shame. Nice try from Forrest to hold on down in boiler. Kind of did everything you could have asked there. But it's Issa on that wrap, cutting down the rotation of jaCkz because it arrives early.
Yeah, I mean,
really kind of bails OG
look who
out.
is at this stage already, right? He's already all the way past CT spawn. So he comes here. Comms, I might argue maybe comms are not in order here. You know, I think jaCkz here, you know, Forrest is all the way up in mid. So maybe jaCkz should be a little bit concerned about Arch. But yeah, I mean, this is a rotate game from OG. I think that's a really good call there coming in from Aleksib. NBK gets spotted down in mid, and he just made the call of, like, I think they just rotated. Get another entry here from MBK onto Forrest. And I think this was the worrisome part as well. You know, when we talk about the 16-14 score lines as well, and even the 16-3 score line on Train, I think, you know, it really depends on, especially with this new economy, kind of how the start of the rounds or start of the half kind of starts. And It's going to be 8 rounds already on the hands of OG, which is what they got 2 days ago. 3 days ago now, I guess, rather. It's already Thursday.
mantuu, he don't need an orc to kill jaCkz. He just domes him with the AK and gets 3 in the round, running up mid. Traded by Heap, who makes things interesting, but he's so low. Surely this is not a round for him. The bomb's heading B. It's all a ruse, thanks to the apartments. Got to be careful on valde not to drop to his death, but he's made it to the pit. And just being alive here and looking after these guns is enough to stop Heap from really winning this round, as well as the health. Maybe a wrap could be good, but nah, he's just saving. Fair play from Heath. 8 rounds from Heat, rather. 8 rounds to OG. And yeah, I don't know if Dig are going to be able to clean sweep the half and get 7 of their own. So this should certainly be an improvement on this T side.
Yeah, and even looking at the money as well from Dig, it's not looking pretty. mantuu is starting to pick up a little bit more of a bank as well. He's dead, but 7.4k in the bank for him. Yeah, 8 rounds. You know, I think obviously still T side. I think still people are still trying to figure out the CT side a little bit. We see, you know, the meta change a little bit more and more so, where, you know, banana takes are not very common anymore. It's special rounds instead, and we kind of try and just go for some map control and dictate information play instead, which we've seen from Dig. They've stacked a few times towards A. Been some fights over at the B bomb site, but most of the rounds have been ended on the A bomb site. Another eco here from Dig, half by armors and pistols. Still winnable. I think we're really good on these rounds, on the pistol rounds in general and stuff like that. Eco rounds with Deagles. I think we can't surprise. Another aggressive round here from Forest.
Oh, Frightbug's first kill as well. That's nice. Can grab the AK too. MBK killed another aggro player, and he will follow up with a third, cleaning up these eco kills in ult mid. jaCkz also pushed down the stairwell a few seconds after Forest. mantuu's got a gap at long. The bomb is moving up as well. They could wrap B, but obviously they've gotten so many kills on the A site. They're just wary of a possible stack on this eco, but soon will realize that's not a problem. And valde has B on lock to kill any aggressing players hunting for guns. So, 9 rounds for OG, pretty much lock and key here. Nothing Dig can do.
And I think OG's overall approach to this T side has been really good, even in terms of where they've been leaving people and stuff like that. It's been very safe. We have seen Dig trying to push a little bit on occasion, trying to get some map control of, at least trying to get some information. But OG just very, very defensive positioning. There's been, you know, they've thrown in some fast rounds on occasion, but just really been holding their guard and slowly and steadily been taking map control, and then finally with an execute. We saw the same thing here, obviously, on the anti-eco, taking their time.
Uh-oh.
We know where he is, and it's just Mount, or it's just NBK here. See if he wants to try and go for a bit more of a chase. They do have a lot of money. We talked about it. With 2 solid rounds here in favor of OG, it's going to be a very tough half to get back from if you're Dignitas by.
Yeah, man, it's been a little brutal thus far, hasn't it? It's like every single time Dig have tried to go for this aggression, OG are just holding for it. I think MBK over towards alt mid in so many of these apps pushes has just gotten away with absolute murder every single time, right? And so, you know, you're trying to go for this aggression, you're trying to get something of value from it. Admittedly, it's only in these kind of partial buy rounds that we're seeing it come through, but it's always so disastrous because you just have MBK sat back with these rifles. Nice to see Freiburg, hopefully, you know, going to pick up a bit more steam, you know, breaking that kind of silent streak from him of being 0-8.
But see, I saw it was 109. I thought, I missed it, but I thought we were going to get a 007 meme.
I saw 06 and I thought you got a kill, but maybe it was 07. I missed it.
I think we actually missed the 007, guys.
Yeah, can we see Freiburg's score? Can we see the scoreboard maybe in this tech pause? But
yeah, I think also during the tech pause here, I think one of the things I would like to see, I don't want I wouldn't want Dignitas to go for a very fast, aggressive play right off the bat here. I would like to see some mid-round aggression instead. We kind of know as well that OG has been taking their time, and slow and steady, they've been taking map control and just having to deep into one guy somewhere. I think you can make a play off of that. I think as soon as you just get the read on where, I think it's also mental state, right? I think I always joked around when I was a player. Every time I missed a shot, I said, God damn it, I'm so old. I think it's a joke, right? But I think it also is mental in some state. But if you ask for, Force will never say that. You will never hear him say anything about his age. If anything, he doesn't want to talk about it, right? Because it doesn't matter to him, right? He's still dropping bombs the way that he would when he was a little bit younger. Sure, maybe he doesn't drop the 40s every single game now, but he is still very consistent, and he's still in our view a star player.
Yeah,
I'm just continuously being touched by him.
Well, he walks the smoke this time, and Issa has his eyes in the back of his head.
Man, it would have been, this would have been the round for Forest to get 4. That's what we were all hoping, right?
Well, we just talked about it, and I just talked about the whole thing of going aggressive, and I think that Dig has had this approach of, they believe that NBKs have had, sole player in apps a lot, and we can kind of abuse him a little bit.
Oh.
But that round, Issa was obviously there at the same time. That was a bit of a mid-round aggression, though, coming in from B after getting the first kill on Aleksib B, but still in a man disadvantage here, and OG's running up towards A bomb site here, leaving Adam by himself, and he's going to go straight down. This is a very good half from OG. Really, you're working on the rotates a lot here.
Yeah, I would have liked to see a more set piece banana retake there from Dig. You often see people line up on top of second oranges and they throw in that molly at car, they throw in that smoke at the half wall, and then they flash in. Instead, Dig flash in, but no one clears valde out of the car position, but hit him behind the wood in that off angle. So yeah, there are better ways of doing that. Dig had so much util towards B to throw in one of those executes, but they flash play it, they get a kill, they get traded, and OG just capitalize on the A play. It's a great round and just headshots galore. I think we might even have another kill for Issa here. Heap's got his back turn, flicks back, but too late. Issa on 14-6 right now. 10 rounds for OG. Dominant scenes.
Something that is really, really cool is we have been consistently getting good performances out of MBK, and it feels like in these games, wherever he is also stepping up alongside your kind of usual suspects, right? I'm kind of talking about, your Isas, your Valdes. I think it makes this OG squad that much more threatening, because it feels like, and this is kind of going off what Robin said last round, they want to exploit the fact that MBK's been playing alone over towards the apartments, right? That is a big responsibility to put on the back of one man, and Dig are really trying to abuse it, but they just can't seem to beat him in those head-to-head fights over in the apartments. So him locking down these pushes is kind of always affording an opening kill to OG. This time they try and keep it simple, try and keep it nice and easy with this banana aggression, but Harry's making it anything but. The trade will come through from mantuu. We're into this 3-on-3, and now MBK finally getting bested over in the apartments. Maybe this gives Dignitas the fighting chance they needed.
Oh, they've seen the AWP. They want nothing to do with it. A blind shot from Heap, and they know they've got these CT split at worst. 1-1. Forest, back of the site, Deagle, nothing else. Heap's already begun his rotation. He's gone long side. He'll get this mid-info, then likely double back towards B. Obviously, they could be apps, but can't cover everything in a 2-on-2. And yeah, he's made the right call here. It's still going to be time for OG to find this 2-on-1, kill Forest. How much longer can he stall? If he just doesn't peek and plays for the plant, they're going to have to hard clear him at the back. They're walking spawn. The AWP is here. It spots them, and Heap's dropped the bomb as well. Great shot. He does get traded. Issa runs A, and that's a mega brain move using the smoke that finally fades, and he is faking it to kill Forest on this rotate. What a guy. And he even fails. Oh, no.
I
love the idea.
Yeah, absolutely. That's so smart. Even the call to go CT spawn there, right? Because you have no information on where they might be on the B bomb site. So going spawn is actually really smart, cheeky move. Just the fact that Heap is obviously there, we do see the gamble stack for Dignitas coming into play, but very cool round from OG.
Man, Forest is holding A from the B site. It's crazy. It's a. I really like that call. Dropping the smoke as well. It's even bigger bait. I just don't think he thought Forest would be that close at that point. And well, that's a one round out of nowhere. You take it if you dig. Hardly one that you can repeat. But now they've got the guns back. How's up with the AWP?
Yeah, and just to talk a little bit more, I do think we see the swap, and I guess maybe this is a change that maybe OG did from number 1, the whole thing with NBK being solo and in alt mid, because this half, Itza and NBK has been very much of a squad on that alt side. I want to say, I've been a massive fan of NBK, obviously competed against him in Source as well. He's been around the block for a very long time. Big fan of players like him and shox that's managed as well to stay competitive for a very long time in this space. RPK as well, can't forget about him.
Yeah, no, I think RPK is a great example, man. He's like going into like what feels like golden years for him, and it's like, how have you managed that? CeRq over here towards his B bomb site, AWP in hand. He's going to really have to pull something naughty off here. Oh, only the tag. The flash is good as well. And now Harry needs to support him, but he can't. He's still blinded to CeRq. All the pressure's on now. Trapped behind the new box, trying to stay alive. But the nades rain in, and they deal with him. This site falls very, very dominantly. A dig, they've got no choice but to save. That's kind of the bell on that one. OG onto 11. And this is a real squeaky clean half for OG.
It's so sad for Dig because OG, they set up for an early B execute. They've not really done many of those, right? Just playing off of the first volley of util. And, Dig seemed ready. CeRq's posted. Aleksib jumps the angle and gets legged. He's on 1 HP. Oh, CeRq, he had a chance, but couldn't.
And I think Hade, I'm not sure how many flash comes over there as well, but I think Hade gets caught with one of the flashes there. Can't really get away as well in a good spot.
Uh-oh.
But it's some really nice calling, you got to give it to OG as well. Even though, I'm a little bit biased, I think Aleksib has done a really good job here on this T side in terms of the